The tension was palpable as Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump took the stage. It was the first presidential debate of the 2024 election. Millions of Americans tuned in, eager to see how the two candidates would fare against each other. The stakes were high, the nation was deeply divided, and this debate was seen as a crucial opportunity for each candidate to make their case to voters. From the outset, it was clear that this would not be an ordinary debate. The animosity between the two candidates was evident in their body language and their sharp exchanges. Harris, known for her prosecutorial style, came prepared to challenge Trump's record. Trump, never one to back down from a fight, seemed determined to go on the offensive. The debate covered a wide range of issues, from the economy to healthcare to climate change. However, it was the issue of the COVID-19 pandemic that dominated the early exchanges, highlighting the stark differences in the candidates' approaches. Harris criticized Trump's handling of the pandemic, accusing him of downplaying the virus and failing to protect Americans. Trump, in turn, defended his administration's record, pointing to the rapid development of vaccines. The first clash came early on, when the moderator asked about the ongoing economic recovery. Trump touted his record on the economy, claiming that he had built the greatest economy in history before the pandemic hit. Harris immediately challenged this assertion, pointing to the rising income inequality and the struggles of working families under his presidency. The debate then turned to the issue of race relations. Harris, the first black woman and first Asian American to be nominated for vice president by a major party, spoke powerfully about the need for racial justice and police reform. She directly addressed the issue of systemic racism, arguing that it was a pervasive problem that could not be ignored. Trump, for his part, fell back on familiar talking points. He touted his record on criminal justice reform and claimed that he had done more for black Americans than any president since Abraham Lincoln. However, he also repeated his frequent accusations that Harris was soft on crime and would defund the police. Throughout the debate, Harris employed a strategy of baiting Trump into making inflammatory statements. She repeatedly brought up controversial episodes from his presidency, such as his comments about the Central Park Five and his administration's family separation policy at the border. Harris's goal was clear: to portray Trump as unfit for office and out of touch with the concerns of ordinary Americans. She wanted to force him to defend his past actions rather than articulate his vision for the future, and to a large extent, her strategy worked. Trump often took the bait, becoming visibly frustrated and resorting to personal insults. He struggled to articulate coherent responses to some of her attacks. This played into Harris's hands, making him appear thin-skinned and unprepared. Section 4. Trump on the defensive. Faced with Harris's relentless attacks, Trump spent much of the debate on the defensive. He repeatedly denied or downplayed his past controversies, accusing Harris of distorting his record. He also tried to deflect blame onto the Biden administration, arguing that they were responsible for the country's current problems. However, Trump's attempts to shift blame often rang hollow. He struggled to articulate a clear vision for the future. Instead, he seemed stuck in the past, relitigating old grievances and attacking his opponents. This defensive posture likely did little to win over undecided voters. In fact, it may have turned off some viewers who were looking for a more forward-looking message. Section 5. A split decision from the experts. In the aftermath of the debate, political analysts were divided in their assessments. Some pundits gave Harris the edge, praising her sharp attacks and her ability to stay calm under pressure. They argued that she had successfully put Trump on the defensive and exposed his weaknesses as a candidate. Other commentators, however, argued that Trump had held his own. They pointed out that he had landed some effective punches and had successfully energized his base of supporters. They also argued that the debate was unlikely to change the minds of many voters. Public opinion polls conducted after the debate showed a similar split. A slight majority of viewers said that Harris had won the debate, but the margin was narrow. It was clear that the debate had done little to change the fundamental dynamics of the race. Section 6. Two different paths to the White House. The debate highlighted the starkly different styles of the two candidates. Harris, a former prosecutor, came across as polished and prepared. She spoke in measured tones, relying on facts and figures to make her case. Her style was reminiscent of former President Barack Obama, who was known for his cool demeanor and intellectual approach to politics. Trump, on the other hand, was his usual unpredictable self. He frequently interrupted Harris and the moderators, and he often veered off topic. His style was more reminiscent of a reality TV star than a traditional politician, which has always been both his strength and his weakness. These contrasting styles reflect the different paths that the two candidates have taken to the White House. Harris is a product of the Democratic establishment, while Trump is a political outsider who has upended many of the norms of American politics. Section 7. Will the debate matter? It's still too early to say what impact the debate will have on the election. Presidential debates rarely have a decisive impact on the outcome of a race. However, they can help to solidify perceptions of the candidates and frame the terms of the debate. In that sense, the first presidential debate of the 2024 election was a significant event. It gave voters a chance to see the two candidates side by side and to compare their visions for the country. It also highlighted the deep divisions that continue to plague American society. Whether the debate will move the needle in the polls remains to be seen. However, it is clear that the race for the White House is going to be close and hard-fought until the very end.